Hi and welcome to my channel. If you want to grow your business, or if you're at the stage where you can exit the day-to-day operations and build a more passively owned business, you're going to love my channel. I've spent the last 35 years working intimately with business owners, helping build them out of the day-to-day operations to build businesses that run more independently of them, what we call a passively owned business. We have all the blueprints, the recruitment systems that enable our clients to achieve that outcome. But most importantly, I have a particular talent that allows me to see what a person believes on the subconscious level very, very quickly.
The ability to tap into his intuition, to connect with me at a much deeper level has been an absolute game changer for me. And we end up somewhere where I'm having deep insights into parts of my personality or belief systems that I have that obviously I never even knew existed if it wasn't for Perry helping to guide me to that place.
What he can do in one session and really tap into that underlying issue that's holding you back. With other coaches that I've been with, it's taken them like month after month and another session to really get to the heart of things. With Perry, he has this innate ability to be able to get to the core of it and be able to articulate really what's happening inside of me. So whenever I'd come to the call, I could feel things all around, like in my head, my heart, everything. And then he was able just to be able to read all of that and articulate it perfectly so that then I had a way to move forward.
When I came across Perry, I really quickly identified that he operated at a different level to other coaches. I mean, most coaches, they want to deal with the issue of the day or the issue of the moment, and they apply pretty much superficial fixes to those issues. And they don't really deal with the underlying beliefs and the underlying patterns that are operating quite often outside of our own consciousness that are guiding us on a day-to-day basis. But from the very first meeting I had with Perry, the very first consultation, he demonstrated to me that he could quickly identify those patterns within me that I couldn't even see in myself.
I was put onto Perry through a friend and a colleague and was very pleasantly surprised. I can easily and honestly say that out of all the different coaches or therapists or business strategists that I've ever worked with, he is the only one who's been able to actually help me more deeply than I can help myself.
The fact that he's very real, you know,
Yep.
he didn't put himself on a pedestal.
Oh, nice.
There was a few swear words in there that I thought, that's great, because that puts me at ease. And you know, I'm such a guru that, you know, not a guru, but I'm such a teacher that you never get my level.
Didn't get that at all.
He's just like one of us. He's just done the work, and
Yeah, that's great.
Very
Good.
passionate.
And Perry's intuitive ability and the team's intuitive ability, that really helped, made a difference. His ability to be able to read people and
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
some people are surprised, like you mentioned earlier, that he has the ability to see things you might not be aware of and able to say, and he brings it out quite clearly.
I was very surprised about that.
Yeah.
It
Makes a difference.
Yeah, and he's always spot on.
Really? Good. Yeah.
Well, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's not a complex, well, it is complex in a way that one has to work at it, but it makes common sense.
Yeah.
It's like, how come the whole planet's not doing it?
He's able to just help me recognise those areas where I'm not seeing something, where I'm sabotaging, where I'm getting in my own way, or just where I'm blocked, and able to really help guide me through those blocks in a way that's just efficient and effective. It creates massive change. I think the measure of change is how much action you're able to take after you shift something. And I find that every session with Perry, I've got really clear actions, and I can go and easily take those actions that perhaps I was struggling with before. So it's just been a massive accelerator. So
Perry just knows how to read you. He understands your patterns. He has this sixth sense where he can drill down into that sort of stuff, and you know
It's not like he's telling you this or you've got to believe this stuff. You know, because when he hits a trigger, you know all about it. A bit like having a remedial massage and they finally hit that muscle that's been giving you all the grief. They release that, yeah, and then you're back running, jumping, doing whatever you do. So.
Okay, so you've attended Perry's Talk Poppy today. How have you found it?
Confronting.
And in what way?
And it's scary. Well, you've got to get real and get honest with yourself and discover things about yourself that you probably didn't want to look at before.
And is these things that have affected your business?
Definitely.
Okay.
It's really affecting the business and the staff that I'm attracting and the clients that I'm attracting, what I'm charging, my self-value, so I'm not charging enough in the salon. So there I'm holding myself back.
I've been working with Perry for a little over 2 years now, and during that time he's helped me uncover some amazing emotional beliefs and patterns that have been driving all my behaviours. So he's helped me kind of figure out the things that are making the decisions inside me, the unconscious patterns, I guess, and he's brought them up to the surface so that I'm consciously aware of them, and I can then make the decisions based on the things that I'm aware of now, which I was previously unaware of. So during this time I've had massive emotional growth, I've been able to connect much better with people around me, and I've had incredible financial success as well. And I really can't recommend working with Perry highly enough.
Okay, Nora, so how did you find Perry with his reading abilities today? Did you find that interesting, accurate?
I thought it was, it's fabulous, fantastic actually. It's amazing as to how he can actually read them, and it's very unusual for someone to do that. It's fantastic. He's very enthusiastic, and I think he's making it very interesting that you're not falling asleep and you're sort of 2 hours already gone. My God, time's flying. I want more.
I was on a podcast last week with Perry Mardon, and he did I don't know what he calls it, but kind of a reading of me. He talked to me, interviewed me, and just broke down some mental blocks and things that I have that I've had for a long time, some which I knew about and some which I hadn't really consciously thought about. But all the things that he pointed out were just dead on accurate. And the funny thing is, I had never spoken to him prior to that evening, and he just read me like a book, and some of the insights he shared were extremely helpful. I've been able to make some changes, and simply being aware, bringing it to the forefront and making me think about some of the things that I'm doing is so helpful. And I am very grateful to Perry for his insights and his talent, and looking forward to getting more from him.
All the difference, because you can have as much intellectual knowledge and know-how and blueprints and strategies, but if you don't get your personal state of consciousness to the place that you can be the person that can run a business without your day-to-day input, it will never happen. So as an example, a person who is working in the day-to-day of their business will tend to, not they know it, mistrust others. You can't get away with mistrust when you are building a business that runs independently of you, because you put all the processes in place, checklists in place, SOPs, etc. But you trust yourself to choose the right person for that role, and then you trust them. Of course you check and make sure they can do the job properly, but you have to have a basic belief that you trust yourself in the choosing, and you can trust people to allow yourself to step away from the day-to-day of the business. So on this channel, I not only give you the strategies for growing the business, exiting the day-to-day operations, building more passively owned business, but I'm going to take you into a deep dive into an area that no other business coach or mentor or advisor really understands, and that is the person's consciousness, how to improve it, how to upgrade it so you can be the person that can have that type of business.